നമ്മുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ കാലത്ത് ശരിക്കും പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഈ ഓൺലൈൻ ലേണിംഗ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് വലിയൊരു സംഭവം തന്നെയാണ്. ഇപ്പൊ പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് നമ്മൾ ഈ മെട്രോ സിറ്റീസിലൊക്കെ ഇരിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് വി ഡോണ്ട് ഗെറ്റ് മച്ച് ടൈം. അപ്പൊ ഇതിന്റെ ഇടയിൽ നമ്മൾ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ നമുക്കിപ്പം ലെജർ അവേഴ്സിലൊക്കെ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു പുതിയ ആക്ടിവിറ്റിയോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പുതിയതായിട്ട് എന്തെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ കാര്യം പഠിക്കണം എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇപ്പം ബിയോണ്ട് ഏജ്, ഇപ്പൊ കുട്ടികൾക്കാണെങ്കിലും ട്യൂഷന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അങ്ങനെ ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങൾക്ക് നമ്മൾ ഡിപ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒന്നാണ് ഓൺലൈൻ, അല്ലെ? പക്ഷെ ഒരു പ്രശ്നമുണ്ട്. എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങൾക്കും ഇപ്പൊ നമുക്കൊരു വെജിറ്റബിൾ കാർവിംഗ് പഠിക്കണമെങ്കിലും അതല്ല ഡാൻസ് പഠിക്കണമെങ്കിലും ഒക്കെ ഡിഫറെന്റ് സൈറ്റ്സിൽ പോകണം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ യൂട്യൂബിൽ പോകണം. ഇതിനൊക്കെ ഒരു സൊല്യൂഷൻ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു തരട്ടെ. ദർ ഇസ് എൻ ഓൺലൈൻ പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോം where we get everything all under one roof. Yes, Meet.coach. അതായത് MEET, meetmy.coach എന്ന് നിങ്ങൾ ഗൂഗിൾ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നിങ്ങൾക്കൊരു വെബ് പോർട്ടലിൽ ചെന്നെത്താൻ പറ്റും. ആ ഒരു വെബ് പോർട്ടലിൽ ചെന്നെത്തിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ there is everything what you need. പാട്ട് പഠിക്കണോ, ഡാൻസ് പഠിക്കണോ, വെജിറ്റബിൾ കാർവിംഗ് പഠിക്കണോ, ഇനി പോട്ടറി മേക്കിംഗ് പഠിക്കണോ, അതല്ല ഇതൊക്കെ പോട്ടെ, ഇനി യോഗ പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യണോ, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒരു ഔട്ട്ഡോർ ഗെയിം പഠിക്കാനുണ്ടോ, ഇതിനെല്ലാം നല്ല പ്രൊഫഷണൽസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ട്യൂട്ടേഴ്സ് നിങ്ങളുടെ കൂടെ തന്നെ ഉണ്ടാവും. ഓൾ ഇൻ ഓൾ അസൈൻമെന്റ്സും അങ്ങനെ നമ്മളൊരു സ്കൂളിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ട്രെയിനിങ്ങിനൊക്കെ പോയി പഠിക്കുന്ന ആ ഒരു സെയിം ഇഫക്റ്റിൽ നമുക്ക് പഠിക്കാനായിട്ട് സാധിക്കും. സോ ഇന്നത്തെ ആഹ കണക്കിൽ ഞാൻ പരിചയപ്പെടുത്തുന്നതും മീറ്റ് മൈ കോച്ചിനെയാണ്. യെസ്, ഇതാ എന്റെ കോച്ചിനെ ഒന്ന് പരിചയപ്പെട്ടോളൂ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് തന്നെയാണ് ഇന്നത്തെ ആഹ കണക്ട് ഇവിടെ ആരംഭിക്കുന്നത്. മീറ്റ് മൈ കോച്ചിന്റെ മാനേജിംഗ് ഡയറക്ടർ അനിർബാൻ, അദ്ദേഹമാണ് നമ്മളുടെ കൂടെ ഇന്ന് ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത്, ഓൾ ദ വേ ഫ്രം ഓസ്ട്രേലിയ, മെൽബൺ. അപ്പോ ആഹ കണക്റ്റിലേക്ക് എല്ലാ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട ശ്രോതാക്കൾക്കും പ്രേക്ഷകർക്കും വൺസ് അഗെയിൻ സ്വാഗതം. So we are really interested in something very new. Like, as we all know, there are so many online platforms right now, especially after the COVID era. We should call it an era because of the long term, right? So after the COVID, the online learning, that specific term has become so common, like beyond boundaries. Not even like foreign countries, in Kerala also it's become so many popular. So when I heard about this online platform, it sounded so different. So first of all, I would like to know, what is our product?
Yes, absolutely. So in order to understand the product, I'm telling you a brief history about the product and how it started, how this whole platform Meet.coach, that's Meetmy.coach, how it started.
So I want to know, how does you pronounce it? Meetmy.coach or Meet.my.coach?
Yeah, Meetmy.coach. You can also say Meet.my.coach, not a problem. But sometimes what happens, people, if they type Meetmy.coach.com, that's not the correct one. So there's no .com or .in, nothing. It's .coach. The coach is the domain name. So if you type Meet.my.coach, generally in Google it comes up.
Okay, cool. I was confused. So, that's why I didn't say the product name first.
No. It's Meet.my.coach. So the coach is the domain name. So you put Meetmy and then dot and then coach.
Meetmy.coach. Okay,
coach,
perfect.
So the reason for that also is we did not go with the .com or .co or .in. One was, when I was trying to find the domain name, I was not getting the domain. Everything was taken.
Okay.
So then I looked into it and I thought that tomorrow the product will be accessed more through mobile phones. So when you have in the mobile phone, when you have an app, it doesn't matter whether you are .abcd, .in or .co. So I searched for the word coach and I kept the domain as the .coach. The other thing is that what happens is, in Google, when you search for coach, if the domain is .coach, chances are that site will come up because Google will pick it up.
Oh, like priority sequence.
So it will pick it up, the coach word, and the coach word is already in the domain, in the name of the platform, so it will pick up. And then of course, in a mobile phone, it doesn't matter whether it is when you create the app, it doesn't matter whether it's any other domain. So these were the two main reasons why I went for that name.
Okay.
And so as I was telling you, so I've been in Australia now for almost 10 years, and I've been working as a digital product manager. What happened during the COVID was basically this concept of hybrid learning started coming in. And my son is 13 years old. So he was, obviously the schools were closed and he was at home, and he was doing his own lessons through online and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that actually struck me was, and this is in general an issue with a lot of our Indian parents or parents from Southeast Asia who live abroad,
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that there are certain subjects which our children don't learn in
Yeah.
the local schools and going forward in local institutions and colleges.
Mm-hmm.
These are subjects which are related to our culture. Say, for example, your mother tongue is Malayalam
Malayalam.
and
Yeah.
my mother tongue is Bengali. Now, what happens is I would like my son to appreciate that language and at least learn a bit so that he can read or write
Mm-hmm.
just at least the basics to
That's right.
understand the language, and through the language he can learn the culture.
That's
So
right.
I was actually looking for a teacher who would help my son to learn the Bengali language.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a couple of things happen. One is, first, it is difficult to find a good qualified teacher in
Especially when you're
Melbourne,
abroad. Yeah.
especially when you're abroad. Say
Mm-hmm.
even in a city like Melbourne, I'm not even staying in smaller cities like Brisbane, or say even in Canada also. If you are in a big city like Toronto, and if you're in small city like say Calgary or somewhere, and it is very difficult to find a language, say a Bengali language teacher,
That's right.
because the reason for that is most of the Indians who have traveled abroad, they have done it either because of academics, higher studies, or IT.
Mm-hmm.
Now, many of their spouses or wives, they have also come in, and some of them might be teaching as a hobby, but they're not
Mm-hmm.
teachers actually.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. The second thing is basically getting a credential also. Means, for example, when I am teaching and my son is learning, at the end of the day, after say 6 or 7 lessons or 10 lessons, I would like to have certificate. Say the certificate comes from something like Sangeet Kala Academy.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something which for him it will be an asset,
Yeah.
that yes, I have that. Now that is also not, it's very difficult to find those kind of teachers who would be providing.
Mm-hmm.
And the third challenge is in terms of cost. So when I'm actually looking into the cost factor, typically in Australia, and I've seen this in the US, and probably it'll be true in Canada as well, that the cost would be anywhere between at least $20 to $30 an hour.
That's right. Yeah.
So, uh, so all these three factors actually, I mean, I went into this whole. These were the ingredients where by which I started looking into and try to see if there are good portals or teachers available
Mm-hmm.
for subjects which are not taught in the local schools in that geographical area
Okay.
of a particular parent. I mean, sorry, a
Okay.
particular family where they're living.
Mm-hmm.
And gradually, when I started talking to parents, I found that language was just the tip of the iceberg. There were a lot of other things. For example, I have one son. People who have their daughters, they also want to basically teach their children, their daughters, Bharatanatyam or
Mm-hmm.
Kuchipudi or dance Kathak, so that they can appreciate the
Yeah.
culture. Because at the end of the day, we have a 5,000-year-old culture. And the other thing, what I saw is I got inspired a lot by the Chinese community. Because if you
Yeah.
look at the Chinese community anywhere in the world, I've seen this in the US, in Australia, they are very particular because they want their children to learn their Mandarin language, their
Yeah.
culture also.
Even
That's why,
in here in Canada, we have like call centers, everything. We don't have like language specific people to talk, but there is Mandarin, specifically Mandarin.
yes.
Yeah.
So what they do is they send their children on weekends to Chinese classes, because
Yeah.
their children from Monday to Friday, they go to normal schools, they're picking up English, they're talking, but on the weekend they actually go and they try to learn and they do online studies, so that they are very particular that they
Yeah.
want their children to basically know their ethos, know their culture.
For them, it's like
So
balanced in that way.
yes.
Yeah.
So that tomorrow, I mean, like at the end of the day, all our children, they will all try to go into Ivy League institutes, and they're all learning science, physics, maths, and all that STEM, which is a very common
Yeah.
word nowadays in schools here. But at the same time, I felt that there was this gap, and
Mm-hmm.
most of our children need to learn at least one of the things of our culture and basics.
That's right. Yeah.
And that's how I created Meet My Coach. So
Oh.
Meet My Coach, the fundamental reason was here parents and students would be able to come and they would be able to see the profile of qualified teachers who teach Indian languages, music, arts, craft, dance,
If we
and so
start
on and
that
so
list,
forth.
I don't think we can stop the list. What all we can get, what all we are
Yeah, I
able to
mean, like
learn from
it's
this class.
now
Yeah.
it has, we have grown into almost, we are looking into almost 20 to 25 different domains now
Oh, wow.
that can be taught in Meet My Coach.
Mm-hmm.
But when I started somewhere around March and April this year, I actually started with one or two domains, language and probably music, because nobody knew the platform.
Mm-hmm.
And then gradually I started to grow. So currently we have around close to 2000 qualified teachers
Wow.
from mainly India and Southeast Asia,
Mm-hmm.
Philippines, Singapore, Bangladesh, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And we just crossed. So from July to if we look at December,
Mm-hmm.
we crossed a big milestone that there were almost 110 paid users or students now on the platform. So we actually
Wow.
got that done within 6 months, and
That's really nice.
it's I give the credit to the team. So it's a very small team. We
Mm-hmm.
have about 6 or 7 people in terms of the overall team. That includes a technical person. I'm the product person looking after the product. Then I have a small sales team,
Mm-hmm.
so who are kind of very they're very focused.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment we try to get the leads or customers reach out to us over the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and they immediately talk to them. And the basic differentiating factor is that we are not like some of the other big players, like say for example White Hat Junior, Byju's,
Mm-hmm.
Vedantu, and those. There are quite a few,
Mm-hmm.
including some of the big American names like Tutor.com or Chegg.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens is they, in those profiles or platforms, there are two kinds of things. One is they're very clear that you want to learn science, you want to learn
Yeah.
maths, we'll teach you. We have certain curriculum pre-recorded
Mm-hmm.
and curated.
It's
You
like
pay for
very,
it.
very focused.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
focused, and it's basically they're telling you what they have. Whereas
Oh.
because Meet My Coach came from a parent, I'm a father.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Meet My Coach, we don't tell people that yeah, we teach this, we teach that. We ask, what is your need? The first thing, we when my people talk and when I talk, I actually talk to individual parents,
Mm-hmm.
that how old is it? Like my child is 13 years old. I know my child is good in maths, but he is he needs, for example, some improvement in languages, in
Mm-hmm.
say English or his mother tongue, for example. So that's what we mainly ask the parent, because our I mean, like our punchline is, if you have the passion, we have the coach.
We have
That's
the
what Meet
coach.
My Coach is all
Okay.
about. So
So
basically
that is
what I'm
like
saying is,
we are half and God is half. It's like shifted, right? If we have that passion, you guys will take care of
yeah.
it.
So you want, as a parent, what do you want your child to be? For example, there may be a parent who says that, look, my daughter is very good in mathematics. I know they're going to go to Ivy League tomorrow and they're going to have good results and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I want her to learn and have a holistic learning. So I want her to learn Bharatanatyam for at least next 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
so that that gives her a lot of stress-free learning, because
Mm-hmm.
she's learning a lot of maths, and which can become a bit stressful. Whereas when she's learning online Bharatanatyam, then that stress goes, and it's a kind of like a holistic learning.
It
Can you
helps to
help us?
mental health by the
Huh.
by the
So
means.
can you help us with that? So
Mm-hmm.
we say, of course we can. So we do a demonstration class with the Bharatanatyam qualified Bharatanatyam teachers, and they immediately take it up. And then gradually what happens is, as the right now slowly within the community the word of mouth spreads, and then they come to us and they say that this is unique, because there are a lot of people who are telling us we would teach maths and science and those things, but these are some of the things where there's a gap. and where we don't learn. And there are people who are, for example, living in Anchorage in Alaska. They would never be able to find an Indian teacher out there, or basically from their Southeast Asia culture, who is able to teach those kind of subjects. But Meet My Coach, I mean, with Meet My Coach, you can do it, because it doesn't matter wherever you are. If you're, yeah, all you got to do is have a good internet connection, and then basically have the regular classes, complete the classes, get the certification, or the qualification that it provides with, and then you can actually keep it on your cupboard next to your, for example, if you have done your MBA from Harvard, people generally put it Harvard, and next to that you can put that I have done uh, a dance course from, say, Vishwabharati Shantiniketan, and I could do that online, because this platform has actually given me that opportunity to do.
That's right. Okay.
So that's how it actually started, and that's how I'm slowly trying to build it. It's all done bootstrapped, and basically I'm slowly trying to grow. Obviously, not everything is perfect in the platform, but at least the endeavor is to reach out to parents and basically to all the communities, and say that, look, this is one platform where you can do learning at a value for money and get credentials. And apart from, now what has happened is, sometimes people who are doing cultural classes, they also want us to I mean, they tell us that, do you have something like robotics teachers? Then we say that, do you want your child to be good in robotics? Yes, then we will provide. But we leave it on to you. We don't force things onto you, saying that, oh, we have a very good maths subject, let's take. No. What we do is, we try to counsel also, and we talk to the parents, and we say that, you tell us where you think you want your child to be. Now, sometimes what happens is, people start and they say, like, for example, now we are having a winter 1 month free
like
winter
this,
camp.
This winter time?
Yes, this winter.
Okay.
So it's a 1 month free. So you want to learn something. For example, children are generally at home because of school holidays. So there's something they want to learn. For example, many children, they want to learn Rubik's Cube. So what happens is, we say, yeah, okay, we can do a 1 month camp for Rubik's Cube. And after that, parents might come and tell us that, look, he has done that, and he doesn't want to do that anymore. He's got that idea. So we generally then tell them that, what else do you want your child to?
Okay. Is it like a camp, or is it like part of the learning process? It's
a 1 month free winter camp.
Okay.
Where children will be able to learn those skills, whatever they want. Because, as I said, that we don't force parents to go into something like mathematics, STEM subject, or music. We always say that your children are your greatest assets.
That's right.
As parents, you know where you want your children to be, or even when you talk to, even the child wants something.
Yeah.
And that is what we are going to help in. And it's a continuous process. We are continuously focused on
so is there a like interview process or something like that to join, or how does
No, it's
that
very
work?
simple. So there are two ways. One is basically, if the people are looking for a particular, if the parents are wanting to join, they can go and register. Registration is free as a student.
Okay.
And
like in
the
the
other
app,
thing
right?
is that
In the app.
in the website, yes,
okay.
in the web. So we only have the web app now. We don't have the mobile app yet, because as I said, that it's bootstrap, pretty new, and because I'm doing it slowly, so I got to get some funds and then do it.
All right.
But the
But
website
very
is
soon we
there.
will be able to access it over the mobile app as well, right?
Yes, in future it will be. It's coming. So in future you will be able to do that.
Okay.
The second thing is that if somebody is looking, they want to book a demo, they can actually go and book a demo from the site, and then immediately our sales team will pick up that lead.
Okay.
The third option is that there are certain mobile numbers. I can give you those mobile numbers where they can actually call straight away and reach out to us and say that, I'm looking for, say, in this winter, I want my son to learn little bit of Vedic mathematics. So can you help us in that? And then what we do is that we basically tell them that how it happens. And then there is a demonstration class happens. So the
Okay.
demonstration class is basically with the qualified teacher. Now
Okay.
it's very flexible if the because we are talking about human interaction here.
Mm-hmm.
So especially what happens is there needs to be a bonding between the child and the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't happen, if the child is not very comfortable, then we replace the teacher immediately, no questions asked.
Oh,
That
okay.
yeah, that probably this, because there are certain teachers who love to teach children who are at a lower age,
Mm-hmm.
whereas others they are more comfortable in teaching senior kids. Now,
Okay.
generally, what happens is those teachers. So when we when we recruit
Mm-hmm.
the teachers come on board on the panel of teachers. We tell them that these are some of the things that you would be and what are they comfortable in.
Oh,
So
okay.
when this particular parent comes up and says that, look, my child is say 12 years, then the system actually matches. So we have a kind of like I'm building that AI based,
It's kind of a profile
artificial
matching,
intelligence based
more
predictive.
like.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of like a nearest profile matching to the panel of teachers that we
Yeah.
have, and then we organize a basically
So
a demonstration class.
when it comes to about the teaching teachers, like especially or if accessible all over the world, the timing will be like a big issue, right? So how do you manage like the teachers, the learning process
So
with
it's a very
different
good
time zones?
question. So I mean, in the sense that there are different time zones.
Mm-hmm.
So when the teacher is coming abroad, first of all, we try to do a thorough background check of that particular teacher in terms of what the qualifications of the teacher is, where
Okay.
he or she has been teaching before,
Mm-hmm.
and we try to get some feedback.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing what we do is that we actually tell the teachers that these are the different time zones, because when the student is, for example, sitting in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
it's a different time zone than those, for example, if they're sitting in California.
Mm-hmm.
So if a particular teacher is not very comfortable in teaching in that time zone, we don't force that particular teacher. But we tell them
Okay.
that basically the leads, these are some of the leads that would be coming, and you would be missing on those leads.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're absolutely committed, then we don't match them with the lead that is coming.
Oh, that's
This
perfect.
yeah.
Okay.
The second thing what happens is basically is at the end of the demonstration class when there is an onboarding process.
Mm-hmm.
So that onboarding, they get the onboarding mail, they get the login ID, and they are able to see on the site. So in Meet My Coach, you're not only finding the coach, but you can do the coaching. Means you're able to schedule. You see the schedule of the classes. You're able to the
Like an online
components that
timetable. So we will be
Yep,
able
yep,
to see. Oh,
exactly. The
wow.
online timetable. What is the status of the class? For example, if the class did not happen, why didn't happen? If it happened,
Oh,
and the parent can give the feedback there,
oh,
or the student can also give the feedback. Yeah, I really enjoyed this, or maybe there is some improvement required. Because
that's
typically,
very
what happens
nice.
is sometimes when the Indian teachers are speaking, and the child, the kid who's from Canada, there may be a bit of a mismatch.
Yeah.
So they might come and say the teacher is speaking so quickly, I'm not able to do it. So
Okay.
we need to go and tell the teacher, be a bit slow,
Okay.
because in India people can talk very fast.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this is something which I have faced.
Mm-hmm.
My child also faces.
So,
So
like the
these are,
what all the father and you have faced, you have all together put on into this web, right? Yeah.
see, basically I have seen this and I have learned this. Wherever you are, in whichever location, the the issues related to parenting
Mm-hmm.
and the issues related to basically about the getting education to the children, they're more or less similar. They
That's
kind of like varies. The problems are very similar. The languages may be different. I may be speaking in a different language,
it's a
or
universal
somebody,
fact. Yeah.
yeah, it's a universal fact. So how to improve that? And then what happens is the platform now, what I'm trying to do is
Mm-hmm.
everything will be done in the platform. Means they would be able to, the teachers will be able to give assignments, and the students would be able to upload the homework in the
Mm-hmm.
site itself.
Oh,
And then
okay.
they would be, the teacher will be able to do a digital marking,
Okay.
and they will be able to track. So typically
Oh.
what happens is, even if there is a, for example, we have got students who are learning table tennis through Meet My Coach. Now generally what happens is, obviously table tennis is like, or
Yeah.
chess, but there are certain other subjects of coaches for outdoor sports as well. Because typically
Okay.
what happens, the outdoor sports is going to be played outdoor, but the platform can be used to monitor the performance of the child.
Like
So
over the video, like virtual. platform?
Yeah. So, for example, suppose there is a tennis coach, and I want in this 1 month I want to learn tennis.
Mm-hmm.
So, meet my coach. There will be a tennis coach who would actually define the schedule. That first say first week we will do physical fitness. Second week
Oh,
we are going to
okay.
do forehand. Then we are going to do
Okay.
backhand. So what happens is at every juncture, once the lesson is done, the teacher would be able to give the feedback, and graphically they would be able to see how the performance is going on.
So how will the kids, sorry, being the crooked mind, I just have a
Yeah, yeah.
quick question on that. So when it comes to sports and everything, definitely like in-person learning is really different, right? Especially like our
Yeah.
posture, everything makes a lot of meaning, right? So how will the trainers know like if he's doing it right over the virtual platform?
No, so basically there are certain sports like chess, table tennis,
Mm-hmm.
etc., which is basically learned online very
Yeah.
easily. But if it's an outdoor sports, the actual training session is happening outdoor. But
Oh, okay.
so you're
Okay.
you're taking a training session. Suppose 1 week I have taken a sports training session, and I have practiced with the student how to do forehand in tennis.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm giving the feedback through Meet My Coach. I'm logging in,
Oh,
and for
nice.
that
Okay.
schedule I'm giving
Now
that,
I
okay,
get it.
this is
Yeah.
how it is.
Okay.
And then I give you an assignment that to next week, when there is no class, every day morning you wake up at 6 o'clock and you do 50 back end shots. And then once you have done that, you can actually upload your video in the website,
Oh, okay.
and that's the
Okay.
assignment, right? So they
Okay.
give the assignment, and based on that the teacher can see and give the assessment that, okay, this is correct, or maybe you got to improve. So the overall
Okay.
performance management will also, it will be, the analytics will be such in the system that they will be able to track the performance. So the
Perfect.
the vision is that in Meet My Coach is like one platform where you will be able to do everything. You
That's
not
right.
only find the teacher.
That's totally different. Like nobody is having thought about such a like, virtual
Yeah,
learning in
I mean,
such a way.
what we are trying to do is, instead
Amazing.
of my focus is that, why do I need to go to 10 different websites to
Perfect.
learn
Yeah.
10 different things?
Because
There are
right now
sites
people,
like,
yeah, people don't have time, and everybody's looking into something like which is one everything under one umbrella. So
yeah, I mean,
this
like
is
if you
something,
want to,
yeah,
it's like
very
Amazon. If I have to buy something, and I don't need to, like, if I want my child to learn mathematics, I need to go to a specific website which will say we only do mathematics. There are sites from India.
Mhm.
Or if I want to learn science, or if I want to practice for SAT or entrance exams like NAPLAN and all, I have to go to different site. But
Okay.
my question is that if you are in Meet My Coach, you don't need to go anywhere. I mean, tomorrow you say yesterday you did a dance lesson with us, and you really need help in your maths. We have got maths teachers as well.
Yeah.
Although we don't, we never go and tell the parents that, this is what we can give you,
Hmm.
this. It's the other way. So we flip the. It's basically because the DNA is from the parent.
Yeah.
So
that,
the team
that
is
that
always there, and
that we can all visualize clearly in that in this idea.
yes, so basically we tell them that what do you want? What do you want your child to be? What where? Obviously, we can give examples. Like now that we have been in this for 6 months, we say that parents want that way. That's the trend. For example,
Hmm.
learning STEM is definitely a trend.
Yeah.
Learning Bollywood dance is probably the biggest trend in Meet My Coach platform today, where
Oh.
not only children but even adults have started learning. So even the parents are
Wow.
learning. Why?
Okay.
Because this winter season they need to go to some dance, they need to go to some party,
And
they
especially
need to go
nowadays,
to,
wedding all over India has become like the the common style.
yeah.
2 3 days
So
wedding.
even when there are weddings happening in Canada or in the US, and they want to basically do, they have the Sangeet
Yeah.
where they want to dance and want to show, they're actually learning it in Meet My Coach
Yeah.
along with their
That's
along with their kids, and doing it,
right.
which of course is something I did not think about. I mean, it
Mhm.
didn't strike me earlier. But yes, if we can help them, definitely we do.
Perfect.
So that's
I
what Meet
think
My Coach is all about.
we so
Okay, first of all,
uh,
yeah.
yeah, we
So
were talking about every detail, everything, and every detail in particular, basically. So now I want to ask you, like, how is the subscription cost and all those details?
Okay. So there is no subscription, first of all. So it
Okay.
is, yes. So what we do is that there is a price in terms of the cost that the teacher will charge, and we take a
Oh,
certain commission from them. So
okay.
our prices are anywhere between 8 to $10 an hour for 1 hour session.
Like any
Usually,
class, any class.
any
Oh,
class, yes.
okay.
Except for a few like IT coding or robotics, which are a bit higher,
Okay.
but nothing crosses more than 11 or $12. So if somebody is doing a
Okay.
dance, for example, they will be doing it probably at $8 an hour or $9 an
Wow.
hour.
And you said for the winter, there is a 1 month free option also, right?
Yeah,
Free
now it
offer
is,
also.
yeah, 1 month free. They can
Wow.
learn it, and if they really think that they would be they would love to continue, they can
Wow.
come and do it. So as I said, that one of the things when I started Meet My Coach
That just blew my mind.
was the value for money. So
Yeah.
because I was looking at prices and I was stunned, like people were charging 20 $25, and I
Yeah.
felt that this is wrong, because nowadays what happens is, as a parent, I am burdened with a lot of costs.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at fuel prices, they have gone up, mortgages go up, your normal grocery shopping, I don't know what is happening in Canada, in Australia, that has gone up. If you want to travel, your airline prices have gone up by almost 2 or 3 times.
That's right. Yeah.
So education is actually a cost, and the I believe that as parents we are saving for our children's education. The main cost comes in the universities, when they're going
Mm-hmm.
to go to the universities.
Yeah.
So for school education or even for intermediate education, I think that if Meet My Coach can actually make that value for money call,
Mm-hmm.
then parents can save a lot. And
Wow.
even after, we are not, I mean, it is, Meet My Coach is not a charity, but I can tell you that even at, we can get good teachers, good qualified teachers at that price. And out of that, we make a certain commission, which is also very low, in the sense
Mm-hmm.
that in terms of commission, we are anywhere between about 20 to roughly 25%. And the bulk of the money goes to the teachers. So
Teachers.
that's the
Okay.
reason why qualified teachers come to our platform, is
Uh-huh.
because the platform is more focused on getting the right education done, rather
Correct.
than making, this is not a money making machine. I never started doing that. In fact,
Wow.
in the first 3 months I didn't even know how to make money, even didn't know what to do. Like in fact, when parents were asking me, I used to tell them that, you tell me what you are comfortable in, you pay that.
Oh,
So that's
wow.
how it all started, because I never knew how to do it. But
Uh-huh.
so there is no subscription.
Mhm.
There
How
is
long it's been?
this.
How long? How old is? How long
This
you
is this
started for?
started the mainly our main focus started from July. So
July. This
I
July. Oh,
launched the website in March,
okay.
April, May. I did little bit of business. I was trying to understand,
Mm-hmm.
but the main focus started from July. So from July
Oh,
onwards, we started getting
Meet My Coach is like
good
very
traction.
active. Okay.
Yes, we started
That's
getting good traction. We started getting good feedback, and we also started getting good qualified teachers.
so in
So
this
it's
Meet My Coach, actually, like, is it like a when you sign up, like you have your own page, like for example, LinkedIn Learning and everything, you have your own page, so you can save what all you want to learn, or you can make notes of
Yes, you
that.
can. You
Yeah.
can. The other thing which I forgot to tell you is, there is a peer-to-peer learning option also.
Mm-hmm.
Means if I have class notes, I can actually share those class notes with other teachers or other
Oh,
friends.
okay.
Even the teachers can do that, and they can also sell the class notes. Means, for example, I
Oh,
am in grade 10 now. My grade 8 class notes, mostly those notes are kind of, they are of no use to
like
me.
our good old culture, like elders will keep their
Yeah, we
textbook.
used to give the notes to others,
Yeah,
right? So we can actually give the notes for free, or if I
okay.
want to make as a pocket money, I want to have, my notes were really good, and I can
That's
sell it for
nice.
even like $5, $6. Yeah, you're free to
Oh,
do that.
wow. That's
So
a really
teachers
nice
are able
concept.
to give their notes. They are able to also put in their when they're creating the profile, they're able to put up their videos, they're able to connect with their LinkedIn profile, and students can go and actually see them. So
Okay.
that's
Like
so
accessible
that's what it is.
anytime, apart from like out of the class timing as well.
Yeah, anytime basically. If they need to actually, so the challenge what happens is, if it's a good teacher, then finding the teacher's time slot also becomes
That's right.
a challenge, but we try to maximize that. That's why we tell the parents that once you do the demo, then we actually basically take the payment and book the slots, so that
Oh,
once
okay.
the slots are booked, then the teacher is committed, and then they start
Oh,
doing it.
nice.
So
Nice.
that's basically how it is, and how the business currently is working on. So no subscriptions, is basically a commission which we charge. So
Okay.
once the parent likes it, then they can. And the reason why, what we other thing which we say is that 1 month is for free, but usually if you're taking a class, you should take it for at least 3 months
3 months
or four
continuously.
months to properly learn the thing. That's all.
Okay. Make lot. And totally, I'm like very much into. I wish something was like something like this was in our times. Yeah, when we were in school, college, and all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Something like this, because we were like we all suffered that torture from the tuition masters and everyone.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's kind of like is changing, because the world is
yeah,
completely
that's
changing now
right.
in terms of hybrid learning, the
Yeah,
way we are doing the learning. And
and
yeah, if I can with my platform help parents, then there is nothing like
and
it.
it's
I would be
accessible
happy.
from anywhere in the world,
Yeah,
anywhere.
just type www.meetmy.coach. That's it.
That's it.
And
Perfect.
you can see. And I will share with you the numbers also of our.
Yeah, we will
Uh,
definitely put up in our radio
yeah,
platform as well.
just
Yeah.
just give them a call and WhatsApp. Immediately, they are ready to jump onto it and help you.
And where do you like? Is it based on Australia or India? Where is the
Okay,
headquarter?
so the business is registered in Australia.
Okay.
It's an Australian business.
Mm-hmm.
In India, basically our support staff is there. So the
Okay. Okay.
salespeople. So for example, they can speak in 6 or 7 different languages. So if
Okay.
they want to speak with a parent in Malayali who's not English is not their strength, no
No
worries.
worries.
Then they
Okay.
can actually talk to them in that language, and that's
Mm-hmm.
one of the reasons why the sales team is located in India, and of course the technical team. And
Nice.
the main thing is also in terms of the cost, because as I said that it's bootstrapped.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to maintain a good cost, a good quality people I get. But it is always registered, and I am readily available anytime, any parent, if they want to come and talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they're not happy and they're not
Like the
getting the
principal of the
response.
school.
Yeah, like a principal of the school, but I love talking to parents because I really see that where the challenges are, and they're so similar, irrespective
Mm-hmm.
of whether you're in Canada or US or even in any other part, even in Australia.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. So, what's the future plan? What's
I think
next?
the future plan for Meet My Coach is basically to, as I said, that ultimately I would like to take it and make it into an Amazon for coaching and for instructions.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow, anybody who is, for example, suppose you are going to a marriage and you want to do good mehendi or henna in your hand, and you would like to get hold of an instructor, would be able to do that. You would be able to
Nice.
go to Meet My Coach, and you would be able to get that instructor,
Mm-hmm.
and on live video he or she will be able to give you a quick
Wow.
class on that, and there
That's
is no YouTube video for that. So that's my aim, that for anything, whether you want to learn pottery, whether you want to learn gardening, you would be able to. So we will extend it, that it will be an universal platform for training and coaching. That's the
Meet My
plan.
Coach. That will be the answer
Yeah.
to all the
Yeah,
questions,
Meet My
literally.
Coach. Just go on, and
Perfect.
also give a platform and opportunity for lot of teachers or coaches also,
Yeah, that's right.
or people who have that skill. For
Mm-hmm.
example, there are a lot of people, especially housewives in India, who have that skill, but they're not regular professional teachers.
Mm-hmm.
They can also come and teach on the platform. That's
That's nice.
basically where it would be. But of course, there would be other things we would like to make it more interactive through gaming,
Wow.
and working on a lot on AI based and analytically, so that it helps basically participative learning.
All right. And it's from Canada and from basically North America. It's really a great pleasure for us that you are like introduce such a very good platform to us, the North Americans. And thank you so much, Meet My Coach.
Thank
It's
you.
actually Meetmy.coach. So when
Yeah,
I say Meet My Coach, everybody will be searching.
that's fine.
So thank you so much for your valuable time and joining AHA Connect. Thank you so much. And hopefully like most of the people will be like into you, because it's like everything is under one roof. So yeah, all the very
Yeah,
best to,
absolutely. I would love people to come and have a look. And in fact, I would like to get their feedback also, because
yeah,
that helps me in
that's
improving
right.
the product as well.
Mhm. That's right. So thank you for joining once again, AHA
Thank you.
Connect. All the very best to Meet My Coach.
Thank you. Thank
Bye
you.
bye. സോ ഇന്നത്തെ ആഹാ കണക്ട് ഇവിടെ വൈൻഡപ്പ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള സമയമായിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പൊ ഒഴിവ് കിട്ടുമ്പോൾ എല്ലാവരും ഒന്ന് മീറ്റ് മൈ കോച്ചിനെയൊക്കെ ഒന്ന് പോയി പരിചയപ്പെടുക. നമുക്ക് നമ്മുടെ ലൈഫിൽ എപ്പോഴെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ എന്തെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ ആയിട്ട് എന്തായാലും ആവശ്യം വരും. പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് നമ്മുടെ കുട്ടികൾക്കൊക്കെ നല്ല ഒരു ട്യൂട്ടറിനെയൊക്കെ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ കഷ്ടപ്പെടുകയാണെങ്കിൽ മീറ്റ് മൈ കോച്ച് ആണ് അതിനുള്ള ഒരു ബെസ്റ്റ് ഉത്തരം. സോ ടാറ്റ, ബൈ ബൈ, ഗുഡ് നൈറ്റ്.